I believe you're live now.
I believe I'm live now. I believe I can fly! It's funny why I say that, because the first thing I see in front of me right now when I opened up I was out to the nothing but dimension in the TARDIS is where they can fly, obviously.
I did see your Hunters of Justice this morning for me. So, managed to finish that.
You have seen my blunder.
I caught your comment first on the Discord, but then I saw the video. I almost skipped ahead to 5 minutes, but then it actually turns out I think you started the audio around 4:25.
Oh, that, yeah. But I actually started the episode around 5, so I was literally caught off guard and started laughing around. How can I be so stupid that not turning on? No! I know I clicked the unmute button. It just didn't turn on.
Well, I can hear you just fine, but you're talking to me through Discord. How's the recording on the other side?
It's working now. I can see it now.
Actually, if your microphone is muted, would I not hear you either? Because you're using the same microphone for both programs.
No, you would still hear me.
Really? Okay.
I mean, depends if it's physically muted on the program that I use.
Okay.
But yeah, we are having a little bit of problem in the TARDIS, or outside the TARDIS, because Daleks are here, and our team is stupid enough to send their forces. And I know for a fact that some of them will not be here later on.
Yeah.
For last one, I don't know if they are gonna enter now or later, or just leave on their own. But it's still enough to make it easier that, oh, they are the players, they will be fine. You can just say that.
Well, Margaret is going to the transmission tower in a roundabout way to make sure her course is not too obvious. Dr. Kelly's staying near the portal, but she could teleport from there, and she's monitoring the status of the rest of the companions, plus ability to communicate with them, and can even create a holographic window nearby them. So she could display their vitals to them, too, if she wanted to.
And Vision
Vision
is not here.
Right, she's not even in the TARDIS from the first place, let alone this era.
I mean, she might be in the TARDIS right now, who knows?
That's true. Yeah, because the TARDIS itself is not present. Unless it is.
She might even be here if you think about that.
It could be, yeah. Doctor said he backed them up if they really needed him. And that's pretty urgent situation there.
I mean, if the Daleks are intact, then it is.
They've gotten into trouble.
But where is trouble? That's the question. And also, Halloween is playing Neo Jacket. It's like going right into the middle of the fight.
Yeah. He even requested to go straight after the Daleks. At least one of them. Anyway, yeah. Well, let's go ahead and continue and check this out.
Hey, also today, I have to mention this. Today we are using some multi-Namco music from the some very old game. Okay. As you can see, I have not played these because I don't even know if they were even available outside of Japan.
not every game or show or game made it out of their native country.
Well, I'm pretty
And
sure this
get,
will
get,
get some problem with YouTube, but not to the point that it will get muted. It's the usable but you will get the variation that is Star Wars. I don't know, this seems right here. There we go. Let's see! The forces is good or not. Well, they can fly, obviously. And I mentioned the image of the Takari, of the right side of his head, where he flies towards a group of 10 Daleks, who are flying outside the city, and seem to be assessing it. But they're in no hurry to intercept them, since they aren't doing anything too hostile yet. Instead of that, he figured it is better to wait, while he sent more tactical information from his friend. My question is, how fast can they keep up with me if I go full out? Why is there space right here? Why is there a dot here? Is it a
yeah,
mistake?
it's a dot because it's the end of the sentence. Yeah, that first
Oh!
sentence is not a question.
Ah! My question is how fast they can fly. English! Love to break the scene. And different thing that they said a lot earlier. No, I was thinking it's like, my question is how fast can they keep up with me? That's why I was confused. Yeah, it makes sense, it makes sense. I'm just stupid. It was just a large portion of your world in a, what? A few minutes? It's not 80 days around the world. Logically, yes, on the other side of the hollow window. Based on the information I am seeing here, the answer is no. No, by a long shot. I'll tell you what they can do though. These things are hiding. These things they are hiding in are not just military tanks. They are environmental suits. Those suits are so good, they can survive in the breakable space. I can tell you one better. They can survive a nuclear bomb. They actually like nuclear bombs. They actually need nuclear energy to survive. Even more, right? At least the first iteration needed that. I don't know if later on they stopped needing it.
A bunch of some of the Doctor's most iconic enemies have gone through several iterations and kind of like reboots. That sort of includes the Master because as a Time Lord, he can change his face too.
Yeah? I mean, that is what sparked the idea in them that, oh yeah, we need the nuclear energy to survive, the radiation to survive. So, what if the other aliens won't survive? Who cares? We will kill them either way, and we will just make the whole world around us.
I just made it to the episode today where the Doctor regenerated for the first time. Very, very minor spoiler here. I was disappointed to learn that footage was lost too. So they reanimated it for that episode. So the first time he regenerates on screen, they had to do animation to replace the lost footage. That's a bummer. At least they did that though, instead of just having still images.
Yeah, in one image, the doctor is there. Another image, there's another person. According to what I am reading here, and what I am reading here as well. Yes? I thought you were
Hey,
about to say something.
it was just it's nice how much effort people have put to recover as much of the story content, audio, footage, everything like that, as much as they did. And I can now say I've watched to a degree 100% of all of William Hartnell's episodes, as much as it has survived. And it was not broken. They really did have all the episodes on Internet Archive in one form or another.
I will get to that at one point. I say I will continue.
Oh, go ahead and continue with this. In the meantime.
According to what I am reading, what we are reading here,
Mm-hmm.
learning to fly wasn't always a thing for them either though. Yeah, they even got some my little stuff. Remember that in the my first meeting?
Mm-hmm.
They were some my installation. They literally were using magnet to move around. I'm pretty sure they fixed it later on. They were not using magnets anymore.
Oh yeah. That really was the, I guess I could say, the weakest iteration the Daleks have ever appeared in. But it's the first time they did it too. A lot of ideas are being worked out. That could have been the last time that race would ever appear if it didn't get so popular. You know, Trixie made it back to the show exactly for that reason. There's so many fans that liked her, so she was able to return to the show eventually.
Let's make this smaller. Is it not setting the picture that I want? Oh, it's the first frame! Yay! It's in there, what I was searching for, but it was showing up for one frame. So I was searching for the frame where Ruby said that, yeah, more than cool too. It's fine. It says here that it actually used to be a thing to escape the Daleks simply by jumping off some stairs. Yup. I'm pretty sure that the Doctor used it before. And even
Yeah.
laughed and then, haha, you can't get up! And then they could get up. If they just press the button or change switch and stairs went into a slope. Oh! Hey, nice! It's Fuchsia. Red, that's great. What? And they're actually rising up. They say a shot of those things up at the top. But it says here that ever since somewhere in the middle of the sidewalk, they started getting equipped with early shares too. And they do resonate as well. The Kelly reports. Perfect. The sun theoretically, as he flows to a stop, and carries a small cloud with his hooves, the platform to stand on, and hide behind. But I continue to observe the three of the other side. How strong are those shields? I mean, I'm not afraid of the shield. I'm more afraid of the sonic screwdriver that they have.
Mm-hmm. That could be a problem in the hands of the Daleks.
I'm more afraid because Thunder had the red crystal in in his neck.
They don't know that, but yeah, it could be pretty vulnerable to a device like that.
I mean,
And if you know the Daleks, it's not just the fact they might be able to hack past machinery, but you would know for sure that Daleks would use technology like that far more offensively than the Doctor ever
yeah.
did.
But also, they don't have the weakness of, oh, it's wood. How do we deal with it? Because they still have the blaster.
You know, theoretically, they may have also been equipped with the sonic screwdrivers just to give themselves a defense against the sonic screwdriver that the
Yeah.
Doctor's been wielding against them all the time. I think the sonic screwdriver like that can actually penetrate their shields, because it's a sort of physical barrier that would stop bullets and maybe blaster shots, but sound would just reverberate right through it.
But not anymore because they have their own.
Hmm.
Then Kelly shakes her head as she answered. Completely unknown, immediately. I'm getting some conflicting information here. Maybe the stand of it change over time. Because not all of them are equipped in the latest and greatest either. But these guys are the late survivors of the exhausting war. Changing now, it may be towards the upper end. The advice I am reading here to protect their shield is either to hit them with a single overwhelming blast, or continuous barrage of shots that batter away the defenses faster than it can regenerate. If that limit can be broken, the shield will remain down for a while to recover and reboot. I had one thing in mind immediately.
Alright, what's that?
And I'm sure you will agree.
It's not a game I played, but I was aware of this mechanics, where there's some shields, regenerating shields that Master Chief wears in Halo. And probably a bunch of other first-person shooters. You're suggesting that as a method to possibly get past the shield between multiple powerful attacks? Yeah, alright.
It's literally called a limit break. Now you know why it came to mind.
Sure, it will break the limit of those shields.
Yep. Additional no
That's
time.
a big sword, too, as you see.
Yeah. Every character had a limit break in Final Fantasy. Additional no time rating here in that since the shields are entirely technology made, it does not benefit from the enhanced harmony energy of this place and now, nor is it hindered. I mean, we know that Featherwind is enhanced by this area.
Yep.
That is good to know. The sound is exactly here. No, sorry, I had it wrong. It was like, that is good to know. Yay! Additional information I'm reading in the rate of fire the arm cannon of the Arkham cannon. It seems each one needs a few seconds to recharge between each shot, but the actual time it takes no matter how much energy they devote to each shot. It says here that the energy can be weak enough to stun the target, but they don't often do that. The farmer of that setting evokes little system shock to the target. If, however, they pump even more energy to it, that shock can be rather explosive, given the already mentioned how strong. I mean, no, they need more firepower because in this dimension, almost all of the Magi and the unicorns can have a shield barrier, unlike it in the Time War. I'm pretty sure the TARDIS was equipped with a shield, but not the Time Lords themselves.
The Magi could do it if they're equipped with the correct Magi gem that's able to serve that function, and they successfully learn it. They attune to it. Then
Yeah.
the strength is questionable too. It depends how much magic they pour into the gem when it casts a spell.
Yeah, but they can block some of the bless. Unlike,
Especially the
I don't know. I don't think any of the humanoid Time Lords had any kind of bless blocking system.
that Feather One had that spell too, but he doesn't need the Magi gem to cast it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, he has a unicorn spell.
But yeah, he's got basic defense and offense, like the Horn Beam and the Barrier Shields. I would actually categorize those as at least uncommon spells.
Yeah, but once again, you have to think
Teleport
that.
would be kind of rare.
Yeah, he doesn't really have that, right?
No, no, but Dr. Kelly does. Probably as a Magi gem though, and she also has the Warp Stones.
Yep. Right. Very cool. Leveraging a zoom and use a number of logistical data. But you can't hit them. They can literally shout, it's over 9,000!
Possibly, yeah.
Will Miss block and I checked. No, Pedro. I said it before. No! It blocks the vision, yes. But not his scan. For the moment, I actually don't that I was just extra. It doesn't say here, and it's not directly, but based on what I am seeing here, I guess it's yes, except they have been able to locate targets around barriers like walls or location. It might be that they can switch to infrared or something equivalent. Yes, as I said, they saw you where you were. They saw where you went the whole time. They just chose not to chase after you because that was a more primary target. It has moisture, so no. Even if they switch to infrared, the cool clouds might be able to obscure whatever is behind the reaction. And they be executed? Infrared doesn't work like that. Infrared still works, still you to the cool weather. It's very smart for a man, but she answered that later. I mean, it makes sense that Fender doesn't really know about the technology because he doesn't have that in his own timeline.
Right, and as far as the Daleks technology is concerned, Dr. Kelly's reading that right now.
Yeah? And we can never be sure what they have at the moment. Because the Daleks change a lot.
Yep.
Not only they can be, but they seem almost vulnerable to it. Yes, one. The shields, however, will block that, like they are up. She's short. I guess they face that problem often enough to build some kind of combination for that weakness. Okay, Halloween, it's time to embrace the dark side. I mean, this is the best spell you can use. And I'm pretty sure unicorns can use the lightning spell. If they learn to attune to it.
Well, if they can get past the barrier, then yeah, that strategy might work.
I mean, let's think about it. Wind can kind of control the weather on itself to begin with.
Uh-huh.
So, if someone at some point can learn electrical spell, it will be him. And we know that concentration causes of something can make to the spell as well.
Yeah, it's up his alley. Through nature, he can already do it.
I mean, also, would they be able to think of, oh wait, a circle is forming up above me? Meh, in just nature, right? Would they be holding up their sheds immediately?
Maybe not. Yeah, there could be a chance they'd be underestimating that. Though they exist here in this universe in a world full of magic, they might be a little more prepared for that in that case, but encountering that exact spell, it may not be an everyday occurrence. I could see a Dalek potentially overlooking that. But as soon as it is employed against them, they'll be learning.
Yeah, the first time it would be a surprise attack.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, they might be aware of Parasite being able to control weather by moving the clouds themselves, but they are not aware that Thunder Wind can just ask the wind space to blow the wind, blow the clouds over there.
Yeah, even for ponies, that is not a typical talent.
So, if he plays his cards right, he can literally take over all 6 of them.
Well, there's 3 of them here. The other 3 are searching elsewhere.
He doesn't have to be there, he just has to ask the wind.
Well, even without that, they know where the Daleks are. They saw them on some kind of radar system.
Yeah?
And that also teaches them where the Chaos Beasts are too.
Especially if the others say that, okay, the closest here, all civilians have been escaped, he could just launch a full-out area attack with the lightning. It will
Kelly's sitting in
drain
one
him
spot
more.
and studying information like that. And then she could display it to her allies if she wanted to. They really can get like a heads-up HUD display through a holographic window, revealing where everything is. And if not that, then she can at least tell them. Go to your left, go to your right. 40 kilometers ahead, or like that.
Then this kind of reminds me of calling back Herald too. When there was a navigator always telling you, slide left right, slide left left. 1 kilometer, of course, be careful, there's a bomb.
I forgot what the role was called, but in at least 2 Persona games, I remember someone who had just a role just like that. It was like the tactical advisor that was not fighting with him.
Yeah, I just call them the Novi.
It had a persona that was good at scanning. It's kind of what Dr. Kelly's role is here right now. But she could also teleport and heal.
But she doesn't have a persona.
And she's good with barrier magic.
Yeah. Anything else I need to know before I engage them? Let's check one more time. Probably a lot more. Just Kelly answered. I have loads of data here, but they will probably attack some point long before I can read it all. Even though I can read very fast with high comprehension. I am surprised you haven't read about all of this beforehand when we actually mentioned the Daleks to begin with.
That wasn't that long ago.
No,
Well,
no. We actually said it the first time they arrived here that he is preparing for the Daleks.
right. Okay. Let me rephrase that then. The information recently got available to Dr. Kelly.
Oh. Oh yeah, because we actually didn't send it to him to her yet.
Yeah. They first received that when they were in the warehouse.
Keep hitting whatever you can. Now you might. In the meantime, turn off this window. But keep recording anything you hear. I want it obvious to them that I'm communicating with everyone yet. Will do. If you can reply, and the window shuts off the next second. Hello, it takes a deep breath. Wasn't? I did it slowly, before you dashed on towards the Dalek. They can do the same shortly before he arrived. Even though they weren't initially looking in this direction. That indicates there's some kind of other system for them on the other side. It might be sold, but for them was pretty quiet with his approach. Maybe a motion sensor instead? I can see a motion sensor, yeah.
It may be that they have it now, but they possibly didn't always have it for the race's history. But like Dr. Kelly said, this is the iteration of them late into the Time War.
So this is pre-Neo-Daleks. I don't know what they are called, I just call them the Neo-Daleks. The upgraded ones. Are they actually called Neo-Daleks?
You talking about the ones that need radiation?
Oh wait, they actually are Neo-Daleks. No, I meant these ones. These, the ones we are facing is before this.
Probably.
One iteration before this, entirely. I thought I was just calling them Neo-Daleks on my own, but that's actually their name.
Well, I'll tell you what, by the time those Daleks appeared, color television was a thing by then.
I mean, nah, that's for the 10th Doctor or 11th Doctor when they appeared.
Yep.
I heard near them. They turned to Imina to Heather. When they hit near them, Heather flew to a halt as it takes shifts from wind power to telekinetically body of his body to by his hooves. The late his spot. Unless they rubbed the wrong way. So it is a reverse Oculus here.
Oh yeah, he got good with that after he was training with the Wonderbolts.
It kind of reminds me of Mr. Hermes right here, who is using his ears to fly.
Neat. Seems like the hat might be capable of it too.
I
Actually,
think it was a decoration.
he's got a pair of wings and scepter too. Man, I wonder how many others is in that picture that I can't spot.
Now wings all over him. And he means very tight. Using his forearms, he is off in gesture of surrender. I wonder if they will understand or respect the gesture, even if they do understand. Just in case they don't understand the gesture, he also tells upon arrival. Hold your fire! I'm not here to fight you! I just want to talk. let's find something if they want to communicate or not. Terminator, if they don't. Oh, Maya. This kind of reminds me of Power Rangers.
Kind of does, yeah.
Pony wishes to communicate with us, or the Daleks ask him. Then you will cooperate with us, or be exterminated. Exterminated! The reveal is apparently a human. So they are staying in the same plot. And the integrated gathering to that might be their favorite phrase. It might be just their catchphrase. Yes, I know we should talk. The replies and keeps his home up. Your race is obviously very powerful and dangerous, so I think it would be in our best interest if we became friends rather than enemies. That they will not accept that, Tom. Do you even know what friend is?
You could see why Feather would try, though, right?
Yeah? You are not a Dalek, so you must be exterminated. Said the leader with an ever-killing voice box. Exterminated! I have to repeat again. If you wish to delay this fate, then you must obey us. You must obey. The kids agree, and the shaman says no cameras. No camera. And the shaman's eyes look across them, and they assess them very carefully during this bold action. This is that they all look out and they the same. It was for the fact that one of them was designated as the primary speaker in this conversation, they would have no way to tell them apart. He is glad that Dr. Lee is listening to this conversation as well, because this encounter can give her a psychological baseline to help her understand this creature's thinking even further. Don't worry, the thinking is extermination, nothing else. In the meantime, just in case, but keeps his energy ready to raise a magic shield at any moment. In addition, he's creating a vacuum in the air between them, and closer to the front. Within that vacuum, he will sucking the air out of tight spots, approximately the size of a beach ball. The more he does so, more pressure builds in that one area. I mean, we know for a fact that Featherwind is kind of capable of getting a small black hole. That would be one way to kill them.
When did he ever do that? But he is creating a vacuum right now.
He never did that, but he is capable of it.
Okay.
But we also know that the Daleks don't need to breathe. At least not outside of the tank.
No, the tank things, as Dr. Kelly mentioned earlier, it's like an environmental suit.
Yeah. But Feather is giving this a peacefully which is a chance. He is still aware that he is dealing with a group of dangerous creatures that have already indiscriminately started killing the very moment they escaped their earlier prison. So by they keep on repeating the words like extermination before or an indication of deadly, even dire sinister creatures before this volume was their general mindset. As a result, while he is trying to keep an open mind and give them a serious chance for peace, he isn't dumb enough to do so without preparing a bigger plan. Aside from that, even if the negotiation completely failed, he can edit the data for a short time. He can have more information on them at the same time. That would seem to be the case. Or maybe you all seem to be the most prudent course of action, if I wish to avert a delay examination. In that case, tell me what you want. What service can I do for you to help me avoid examination? Full name is guide us to the transmission tower. The Daleks demand. You will obey, or will be exterminated. Exterminated! I can do that. But I hate hardly, but not. If I do, what will you do with it? That is irrelevant for you. Right immediately in this. You will obey, or will be exterminated. Exterminated. They had like this one. But the news is not solving. A theoretical conversation is order to get competitive, but it is not useless yet. It's funny how they want to be, they try for the very functional thinking, very functional body and mind, and in the meantime, all they can say is extermination. They are repeating themselves.
The conversation's working to a point. The Chaos Beast didn't do this. They're more aggressively beast-minded. So they're not having an intelligent conversation that would delay them.
Yeah.
And from the Daleks' perspective, they're seeing a potential opportunity here. What if the pony agrees and delivers them all the way to the transmission tower? They would probably betray him after that, but it's at least worth speaking to him just in case he cooperates.
The reason I need to know what you will do with the transmission tower is because I may be able to help you access it faster and more efficiently. Wait. Oh yeah, he hasn't. So no one's lies at this point. Depending on what your purpose is, I may be able to smooth things out for you in advance. Irrelevant! Irrelevant! That is a complaint and outrage. Do not tell us, you inferior non-Dalek species! You will obey us immediately or be exterminated. Exterminated. Order fire, please. And I request ordinarily. Why you need to build a pressure bomb between them? I mean, it's kind of black hole, yeah. A smaller one. That's fully a black hole, but almost. I certainly don't want to be exterminated. Rather, I hope we could settle things between us peacefully. That way we can all... Irrelevant! Irrelevant! Look at that again. Inferior, disgusting pony has delayed us long enough. Since you have not guided us to the transmission tower, you must be exterminated. Exterminated. Let us wait for the lucky to finish repeating the favorite rhetoric again. You see it all the time, and they are serious about carrying forward. And that's at this time. They only lifted and aimed their arm guns, and were about to fire. Delivering the attack, it seems to be a psychological take for them right now. And the only reason they haven't fired already. Yeah, they are still waiting for you to lead them.
This almost sounds like music you might hear from Mega Man X.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that this game is very much close to it. It what happens, he told on the pressure bomb that he was building between them. Doing so allows the air to rush back into the intense material vacuum he created. Then in turn, with a sudden boom explosion, and then also expands his own mid-slow in order to catch the shockwave. It prepares him to burst away from them at a sudden high speed. I imagine this immediately. Because of the Daleks' energy shields, however, they are not even standing those. The shields begins to the entire inertia against them in the explosion. So the shields are momentarily damaged for a moment by taking them on. By itself, it didn't enough to overwhelm the shield, and eventually start to regenerate later.
Man, I think that sentence needs a little modification there. I basically said moment twice in that sentence.
Yeah, the shields are momentarily damaged for a moment. I'll probably say temporarily here, and then fixing the whole thing.
Alright. Got something. Alright, go ahead.
One of the things that panel didn't manage to accomplish though, is momentarily confuse the Daleks. On the moment. One moment! What happened here? There are so many moments. One moment, they were talking with Mr. Small Pony. The next, the pony shoots away like spinning bullets. They have no idea what happened and that's getting them off guard. They will glance at each other in their nose come out to see if anyone will figure this all out. This out first. All in all, this moment the computer lays down for a few extra seconds.
This goes along with what you're just talking about. The abilities the Feather has is really unknown to them, so they were caught by surprise here.
I mean, they don't even know that the eyes might be just a nature thing.
Yeah. See, another reason for their confusion is they have no idea the Feather caused it. It's as if it just happened by itself, spontaneously.
I mean, it really was a nature thing if you think about that.
Yeah.
The other thing Mr. manages to accomplish with an explosion is to propel himself away at high speed momentarily. Very painfully. I'm just joking, by the way.
I know.
If he had been concentrating on any spell at the moment, then all the high, he would have been lost of concentration, and he would have lost that turn. Fortunately, his error and better influence not necessarily rely upon that. Instead, it's more about convenience and passion. I mean, he did concentrate on the spell before, and he flew away because he stopped the concentration.
Yep. He was concentrating on his telekinesis, albeit very lightly. He was only covering the tips of his hooves.
No, I meant the actual getting the vacuum in the space.
Okay.
It was more concentration heavy than the spell. I would say him lifting himself up is more like a hesitate more than a spell for him now.
Yeah, he's gotten very good at it thanks to his Wonderbolt training and plenty of years of practice. And it's made easier too when he can actually lighten himself.
I would say he is almost at the level of almost like Team Ruby, who have the assembler solar was on all the time.
Oh yeah, kind of. It's a special talent of his.
Yeah.
Magical talent too, which is similar to what uh, Remnantians can do
The
when they're
difference is
awakened.
he cannot fly while he's asleep. While the Team Ruby and the others still have their aura on while they're sleeping.
Kind of done enough to be able to sleep on a cloud.
I mean, yeah.
That did take practice for him though. If you remember, he used to like put a cloud right over a tub of water, so if his concentration slips subconsciously, then he would go right through the cloud into the pool of water, which wakes him up.
Do we have it? This.
Okay.
It's almost the same what he was doing. If it sleeps concentration in a second, then it's gonna be trouble.
I need gopher checks.
So much more peaceful negotiation that you can stand on the end of the line. And if you wait to delay them for a few moments, you know some useful intel. First then, you verify the fact that they are singing in the transmission tower. I am not stupid! I did not say it. I knew engaging them like that was a escape. And I mentioned back. But I had to give them a last chance. I'm not just going to blindly accept the word of potential prejudice. I'm not. We claim that all justice of peace with them is impossible. Is that in good conscience? I had to verify that fact for myself. I mean, when you said we are with the doctor, you already solved any chance of negotiation. Remember when they were let outside of the prison?
Yeah, that got their notice.
And the child checks with interest. And then shakes his hand and son. I have never met other species or individuals as inflexible as them. They absolutely do have already thinking that is likely by design. In so many ways, they are the exact opposite of me. I find that dark passion to be very unsettling. You know what? The Daleks are very much akin to the early changelings, where you can't have your own personality. You are one of a whole.
Aye, part of the swarm.
Yeah? But a little bit more little. I mean, the changelings in this timeline couldn't really establish everything because they actually need others to feed on.
Well, that behavior is pretty typical and indicative of insects, following
Yeah?
the commands of the queen, just of all the drones.
Well, I can well imagine this kind of case. But even if you can't adapt that fast, you can. That's among the traits you have that is opposite of them. I could leave that from this session as well. I haven't given up all hope that I might find an exception among their kind. You want to find a tourist? A confession. I mean, we know there are some very small exceptions,
Yeah, they are.
but the main is a very good reason why an exception among them would be exceptionally rare. Something would have to go wrong with the equipment that's getting them, or they get damaged, or something that frees them from the very state inside the more thinking than they actually did. Even then, they will keep on blessing out of sheer habit. They will need to suffer amnesia, or something entirely out of the ordinary for any of them to be different. But to them, and this how their behavior was identical, and again, probably by design. I also get a strong feeling none of them has special names. I mean, that was the first step into changing from a changeling to a changeling. That kisses allow them to have their own names. And also the first step.
Well, that could be useful then, too. If you're trying to distinguish an order to a very specific drone.
Yeah? They are removed from absolutely everything that would give them personal identity, aside from their own individual experience. And even then, I have the feeling that experiences are filtered and reduced somehow. Later on though, the Neo Daleks again, they have differences. Also, wasn't there something like the Stormtroopers with them as well, that they had a certain leader with all the groups?
Yeah, it's. I would say it's particularly common for the later Daleks. You might see some different colors or design that might indicate some kind of status. But names are still rare. Almost any iteration I've ever seen from Daleks.
Yeah, they don't
They might
have
have
names, they have rank.
Right, the title might be The Commander instead of what's his face.
Yeah. And they have soldier, 1 soldier, 2 soldier, 3.
Yeah, yeah. The Empire did something similar with the Stormtroopers, where they're giving a TK number instead of calling people by their individual names. They still had names. At first, the clones were the exception, but they only had serial numbers. But they started taking it and adapting it to try to figure out a name from it.
I mean, later on, even some people have little markings on them to know which is what they are proposed to, what they are doing.
Yep. I don't believe you read that paragraph yet.
No, I didn't. Whoever designed them has a specific purpose in mind, and the real deal of time, perfecting. Time in the end, yeah. Time. What is the time? No, wait. What is the note that means them to me?
Repeat that?
Who was the scientist that had on them?
Davros.
What's your time note?
No.
No.
Just a very angry scientist.
I have not met him, that's why I was like, I don't know.
I don't believe you will until the fourth Doctor.
Yeah. Okay, I should, on her hand. Little mind, they don't do that again anytime soon. Okay, case and little knee breath. That's it. Minute and me, we are estimating a few important things about them as well. Estimating them a bit. More importantly, they are not even intended to give chase. And yet they have already determined that they have no way to keep up with you. And they have higher priorities besides. I mean, they already noticed their speed, your speed. And they don't know if you can keep this speed up or not.
Yeah, they do not.
Are they on the move? No checks. Yes. Okay, answers. They have assumed their course. By the look of it, they are assuming their kid like that pattern. And I expect from them, based on the feedback I've gained on them so far, they are being very logical and systematic. They might as well be robots. I mean, they kind of are.
Yeah.
More like cyborgs. Because they literally need the system to be stay alive. On the plus side, Will has reached their destination about without incident, and she even established the teleportation structure on her hand. So that's handy. I mean, now that I think about it, the Daleks are literally almost like Darth Vader. They need their suit to survive. In the beginning, it was just to get stronger, but later on they actually needed them to survive.
I'm not totally sure of that. It does seem to be the case, but is there a certain kind of environment they could survive in? And if it's so, what would it be? What's the pressure? What's the temperature? Is there anything composed in the air that they need to breathe?
Yeah,
I
there is
don't.
one thing, they said it, they need radiation to survive.
Yeah, they might have built it into their suits
Yeah.
so that they'll survive in there.
Oh my god.
But
Now that you think about it, remember the teacher of literally went inside the suit?
okay, you mean Ian? And
Yeah.
yeah, I do remember that. Oh, that's
I'm pretty sure
well.
that back then they didn't have no radiation inside the suit yet.
He was exposed to radiation in that entire area. It might
Yeah.
not have been especially concentrated just being in the suits, but going the reverse of the thinking, if a Dalek goes into a radiation environment, they might safely be able to leave their suit. In that case,
I mean, would they want to?
probably not. That kind of more limits them, but I think they're capable of it.
I mean, they
The
are.
main, the main moment I've ever seen them actually leave the suit is when it's so damaged it's not useful to them anymore. So they leave it and try to flee from whatever attacked them, and maybe to try to crawl into some other suit.
Yeah. Good. Let's end it today. How are they doing? Well, not so great. And also because we are at the 1 hour mark, I would say this is a good stopping point. I think
Oh my
that it
goodness.
is gonna be a long, yeah, it's a long one.
Really gonna do one scene per day? Okay. Well, gradually get through that.
I mean, as I said, I couldn't really sleep too much. So it's even a surprise that I could go this far.
Well, in the first line, daring do frantically. Just stop there. It just shows that this is the purpose of the scene breaks. It's switching between characters as the chapter goes on. And that gives you an idea why it's so long, too. It's describing what happened to everyone while they were apart.
It's not like why the Lord face, it's why the Lord face. Or why the Lord scene. Okay. I have to say, at least Father is thinking logically. At least Father is thinking logically.
Yeah, he's a wizard, albeit a young one. he's a very intelligent pony, and I really tried to emphasize that in this story. Also, pretty kind of like his element. Um, he gave the Daleks a chance to for a peaceful negotiation. If they were offering friendship, he would have taken it. He was testing to see if the Time Lords were right. Is everything bad about they said about the Daleks true, or are they just racist assholes?
I mean, literally, what I think as well that you have to listen to both sides first.
That's what he did. Yeah. This is his first time actually encountering them, so he kind of interviewed them up close, but it also delayed him, and he was getting some information from them too.
What if they were like, oh, by the way, we are only searching for the Doctor and Millicent because they attacked us. We only want to kill the Time Lord, no one else. That will change the whole thing, right?
Perhaps, and it's not entirely out of character for the Daleks to do that. In that case, they would be kind of lying.
I mean, we know they are capable of lying.
Yeah, they are. If that gets what they want, then they'll do it.
They even lied for the first Doctor in the beginning.
Yes, and it's not the last time.
I mean, the biggest lie I can think of is literally the English war that one Dalek who was actually saying that, oh, I'm changed, I'm happy.
We are your soldiers.
Yeah? I mean, if they are all just... Okay, if you have to lie to get to a goal, we will do that. And the end goal is just examination of everything except Daleks.
Well, that's Feather's first encounter with the Daleks. That's also true the other way around. The Daleks' first time being in Featherwind, and they didn't know him very well. So they were blunt about what they wanted. And gradually more and more impatient with him.
But now, Feather won't be able to use the same thing against them. Because first of all, I'm pretty sure that the three of them has sent the message that this little blue Pegasus, they never don't know if it's a unicorn or a Pegasus, because he was flying, ran away while something is stolen behind them. Be careful.
Yeah.
So they might be less prone to surprise attacks now.
Gathering data goes both ways when you notice each other.
Yeah? Luckily he did not play all his cards.
Right.
They are still not sure if it was even Feather who did it.
Correct.
Because it didn't look like that he was caught up in the blast and he was blown away.
Yeah. It was even a little bit damaged for it. They weren't, thanks to the shields. Though the shields were a little bit damaged. You gotta get to those shields, though, and to actually push them away.
I mean, the reason why they might be confused that it wasn't him, that he wasn't holding up a shield either.
They could easily... They might think that it might have been some kind of weapon that those above used against them.
Yeah? Maybe. I mean, there is a spaceship flying above and shooting them, probably, at the moment.
That thing is definitely attacking them, yeah.
But yeah, tomorrow I'm gonna work, so next 4th is gonna be...
Actually, don't you usually not work tomorrow? Because you have like 3 days off, and you usually do the
Little,
reading on the first and the third day.
yes, but the first day I wasn't here. I was going to the airport with my mother.
Then we're doing
So,
this again another 4 days.
yes.
All right, please post that in the chat.
Me too.
Thank you.
So yeah, thank you everyone for being here. And see you in 4 days. Bye bye!
Bye bye. Yeah, so that chapter definitely justified that picture you have in the background there. They really are in this story.
I have to say something before we end.
Sure.
It's funny how I remember what you said last time. The Daleks are asking if they know the way. They literally said that at the moment.
Do you know the way to the transmission tower?
Yep.
By the way, I guess I forgot to ask you this during the recording. In that encounter, did they behave in a way that you would say is in character for that race, as much as you know
Very
about
much so, very much so, yes.
them? Right.
I mean, there is one thing that I was surprised by. They did not shoot on site. Because they know that Sullivan is with the North Star. That is the only thing I'm surprised by, that they did not shoot him on site.
He came at them raising his hoofs and said, "I surrender," so that forestalled their attack. And because they might have been able to gain something else out of him, the chance for that was there. I guarantee there would be a different encounter if Featherman came in guns a-blazing.
Yeah? I mean, he didn't have guns.
Yeah, but if he did and used it against them, they probably wouldn't talk back. They would just immediately start shooting back.
He doesn't have guns, but he does have Nightfall miniature vacuum bombs.
Could do a horn beam, and I think they would count that as an attack.
I mean, the horn beams are very much close to their own laser.
Yeah, I think typically they're way weaker, but the greatest spellcasters, like say Star Swirl, may actually throw off a horn beam that's even more powerful than a typical Dalek's arm cannon. Even this late in the war.
It's funny, I still have let's go back just a second. I'm gonna show you this. I still have this, by the sudden. You might not see it too much, because it's small. But I have this signal right here, and your microphone is amusing, but has no signal. You can't hear me.
Weird. All right.
What?
Now,
When my microphone was moving, it didn't say.
based on what you read in that scene, do you think Starlight Glimmer could get through their shields and armor?
No.
Okay.
No, because Starlight is only good with normal laser attacks.
Fired some pretty strong beams before.
I would say not even Twilight is capable of going to them.
Probably not.
Yeah, still maybe.
But I do remember the Star Swirl actually creating a scar across the landscape in the Everfree Forest while it was attacking Ponyville.
Yeah? But thank you again, everyone. And see you
It's
next
just
time.
us. Wait, you're still recording?
Yeah, we must still live.
Okay.